We live. We live in this motherfucker, man. Welcome to the live Q&A, y'all. We about to get it popping up in here. You know what I'm saying? Let's get our good old friend TT in the building. We know we got YT in the building. Now we got TT in the build. Greetings. What up, TT? What's happening? Greetings. Guys, if y'all can hear me and see me well, hey, just type one in the chat, man. We about to get it popping. About to help you guys be great tonight. You know what I'm saying? You guys can hear me and see me, man. Just type one in the chat. Just want to make sure we good. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What up? What up? What up? Uh, we got head of the table. Yo, Corey, what's the best whey protein to get? I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. There ain't no best whey protein, man. Most of that shit's the same. Best practices when getting the whey protein is get one that has the least amount of ingredients. That means it's not as highly processed and you'll be able to absorb the nutrients better. So you're looking for something ideally that has somewhere around maybe 4 to maybe 5 ingredients at the max. Those are like the best whey proteins. But honestly, man, most of them shits is pretty much the same as far as what they offer. Just some of them just a little bit more processed. What up? Greetings. Is protein bars good? What do you mean? Good in what way? Are you asking me, are they good tasting or are they good for you? What the fuck does that mean? I need a little bit more clarity there. Guys, if y'all can hear me and see me, man, type one in the chat, baby. Type one in the chat if my audio is working. Cause I see y'all typing stuff, but I'm saying type one in the chat if my audio is good. Okay, Missy says one. What up, Missy? You know what I'm saying? Not to be confused with Missy Elliott. Jay Cali says one. Tula Re Crunchy says one. Pinkie Pie. Right? I like pie. You know what I'm saying? Do you like pie? Says one. What up, pie? Are Walmart protein bars healthy? I eat them every day. I don't really subscribe to the like this food is healthier. I think it depends, right? Health is not it's not objective, it's subjective. It depends on the person. So if you got a person that's malnourished, right? Like let's say you got a motherfucker that's been like in the desert for a week and they first meal that they can get is a protein bar. It's healthy for that motherfucker, right? Because they ain't got no nutrients, right? But if you got somebody who big as hell, you know what I'm saying? Let's say you over 300 pounds, you got a big ass belly, and you struggling to lose fat, and you out here eating protein bars that's like 400 calories, then no, I don't think that that's healthy for you, right? So the conversation around what's healthy and what's not is very subjective, right? It's not objective. So if you want to know what's objective, it's like look at your goal and then look at the calories and macros associated with that. If you guys want some help tonight, I'm gonna be doing some make your macros tonight. Basically, I can tell you exactly for your goal, whether it's fat loss or muscle growth, how many calories you need to be consuming and what your macros need to be. All right. If you want me to help you with that, just type your age, height, weight, and your goal in the chat, and I'll do it. Head of the table. What about creatine? I want to consume that, but I don't know which one to buy. Whichever one says creatine monohydrate, they're all pretty much the same. Creatine is the best supplement on the market as far as fat growth, fat loss, and muscle growth is concerned. It's the best thing to buy. So go get it. Where are your ears? You can't hide them for long. I'm not hiding them. They're just underneath some headphones, right? All right. Q's Gourmet Baking. We got a baker in the motherfucking chat. What's up, Q? Q says 54202 age 50. Q's Gourmet Bacon. Is that a man or a woman? Right? Those stats could be either or. Comrade says creatine by the Eric Shun brand. Hey man, you know what I'm saying? Possibly, right? All right, have a discussion. If you come in on the chat, this is your first time here, I need to explain the rules of this. Just needed you guys to know who we're helping. So when I'm getting somebody's stats, right? If it's a man that's over 250 pounds, you are what we call big as hell, right? If you're a woman and you over 200 pounds, you are also big as hell, right? So it is my duty to assist you, right? This is why I'm here for people like you. I don't want you to have to live that person life no more. So we have to help you, Q. I'm about to help you bake a new type of cake, a healthy cake, okay? So go get your pen and pad. We about to do Q stats. So look, here's the stats. So what we find first class, if this is your first time watching me do macros, you know, your BMR is what we find first. Now, what's BMR? Guys, type in the chat if you know what BMR is. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you. It's your basal metabolic rate. All right, that's how many calories your body burns at rest. So you need to find that first. I just found yours, Q. It's 1500 based off your stats, right? Pretty good estimate of how many calories your body's burning on its own. So then we take that 1500 and we plug it in what's called a macro ratio, right? But before we do that, we take from the 1500, right? So like BMR means that if you just ate that, you might like maintain weight. But if we subtract from that, you're going to lose weight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you into a calorie goal of 1300. So that's 200 less than your BMR. So this should put you in the fat loss zone if you do everything right. Okay, guys, if this is making sense so far, just give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. All right, so Q, we're going to put your 1300 calories into a macro ratio. The macros are as follows. Write this down. 130 grams of protein every day, 98 grams of carbs every day, and then 40 grams of fat. You do that and you at least get about a gallon to a gallon and a half of water. Young Q, you know what to do. You're going to lose at least 6 to 10 pounds this month. I guarantee it. Right. So just do that. Stay consistent. Come shout me out once you lose that weight. Okay. Guys, if this has been helpful, right, and you want, your macros done next, just go ahead, type your age, height, weight, and goal in the chat, and I'll do yours next. What about activity level? Activity level, for the most part, is bullshit, right? Especially when you're looking at building a caloric deficit. Tracking activity level when you're looking to build a calorie deficit is like attempting to dig a hole and somebody keep pouring dirt back onto what you just dug out, right? Why the fuck would you add extra calories to a deficit when you don't have to, man? Fuck all that. I will follow you. Q, that's the smart decision. Welcome to the club. My man's OK Ref is big as hell. He is 308 pounds. We have to help him out, right? He big as hell. 5'6", 23 years of age. Man, come on, brother. You got your whole life ahead of you, man. You 300 already, Chief? All right, man, let's get this shit together. So, okay, Ref, your BMR says you burn 2,300 calories without doing anything, which is fantastic. That means that the fat loss process is going to be relatively easier for somebody like you than somebody with a slower metabolism. So all we would have to do is subtract from the 2,300 to put you in a calorie deficit, right? Put you in your fat loss zone. So I will put you maybe 300 calories less than that, right? Put you right at 2,000 for your caloric goal for fat loss, right? So write that down, okay, Ref, right? Your macros are as follows: 200 grams of protein every day, 150 grams of carbs every day, and 70 grams of fat. Okay, Ref, you do that every single day, man, bro, you're gonna lose all kinds of fat, but you gotta make sure you're at least getting, a gallon and a half of water. Again, you big as hell, so you gotta hydrate more than the average person. Guys, if this was helpful and you would like your macros made next, you know what to do. Go ahead, type your age, height, weight, and goal in the chat, and I will do yours next. Okay? NY Icon, I've been seeing your content. Appreciate you. Appreciate the support. The overpriced rock brand keeping you big as hell. Overpriced rock brand? I don't know what you're talking about, but oh, you talking about my shirt? Is it overpriced? I got this shit for free. Fun fact, I did a partnership with Under Armour a few years ago. I did some fitness classes at one of their stores in Detroit, and I got this shirt for free. So I don't know how much it costs. Do you recommend carnivorous diet with zero carbs? Fuck no. Hell no. Eat you some carbs, just make sure you're in the deficit. Do we have to work out following macros? If you want to look ripped and lean, if you want to keep muscle, right? If you want to see definition when the fat comes off, absolutely. If you don't care about that, if you would like to be skinny fat or flabby, if you want to look like Sid the Sloth or maybe Zoidberg from Futurama, right? If you want to have that melted ice cream look or look like DJ Khaled, then nah, man, you ain't got to lift no weights, man. You can just eat less food. All right, who we got next? So next we got, all right, we got a few people. Oh, we got to do this. K Malone parents is 54'6'1", 421 pounds as a female. Is this the correct stats? Because if that's correct, K Malone, you are big as hell. Okay. We have to help K Malone. Like I feel like it's my duty as a coach to help you out. Okay. 421. Let's do this. Let's change a life today. Guys, if you want to change a life today, just go ahead and like the live so that we can send this shit to more people, man. We need more people to see this, man. Because there's no reason you should be 400 pounds. Okay. 54 years of age. All right. And we are, hold up. I got to do something over here. All right. So your BMR, K Malone's parents, is 2,500 calories. That means your body burns 2,500 calories by itself. That's the first step to finding your goal for fat loss or muscle growth, right? Find your BMR, right? So that's where you at, K Malone's parents. Then what we want to do from that is subtract calories to put you in a deficit. Being that you're over 400 pounds, you got a lot of extra calories that's like laying on you, right? So you don't have to eat as much. I know a lot of these fucking dorks in the fitness industry tell you got to eat a bunch of calories and shit to lose weight. Nah, man. You got calories on your body already. You just got to teach your body how to use that for energy instead of food all the time. So I would get aggressive with you. I would put you in a 500 calorie deficit underneath your BMR, putting you at 2,000 calories as a goal too. So similar to my man that I was just talking to, these are your macros, K Malone. 2,000 calories, right? 200 grams of protein, 70 grams of fat a day, and 150 grams of carbs. Now, being that you're a woman, right, it's gonna be difficult to get these motherfucking grams of protein in. I highly recommend this. Anybody struggling to get their protein goal, just follow this. I guarantee you hit your protein every day. You do the 2 shakes and 2 solid meals approach. So you start your day with a shake, double serving, 2 scoops. That's going to get you anywhere from 40 to 50 grams of protein. Then you have a solid meal a few hours later, right? Make sure that meal has somewhere around maybe 6 ounces of protein or more. Then you get another double serving shake with 40 to 50 grams of protein. And then you follow that with another solid meal with a 6 ounce or more grams of protein. If that was helpful and you want your macros done next, go ahead, type your age, height, weight, and goal in the chat, and I'll do yours next. Mr. Dude says, "What up, Corey? You the man. Your workout keeping me strong as hell." Hey man, let's clap it up for Mr. Dude out here getting it done. 21 says, "If single, would you ever consider letting a young dude take you out like once?" Hell no. DTH or ring, this helps. Struggling getting my protein. Hey man, if this has been helpful information so far, you guys liking the live, man, just go ahead, give me a thumbs up, right? Or tap that like button so that more people see it. K Smooth, man, what? Yeah, motherfuckers is wildin'. I know K Smooth. Okay, ref, yo, brother is big as hell, but not as much. Oh, your brother. Okay, hold up. Shy Ray came through. I'm about to help Shy Ray out real quick. I like her name. What up, Shy? What's happening? You know what I'm saying? Shy got a cool ass background picture in the back. That shit stand out. You know what I'm saying? 6. Okay. And you 150. So go get your pen and pad, Shy Ray. So being in the One Fitted Club. So what we're doing right now, guys, just so you know, is we're finding the BMR, right? So what's the BMR, right? You might be wondering what is Coach Corey talking about? The BMR is the basal metabolic rate. That's how many calories your body burns with you doing nothing, right? You're sitting on the couch watching Netflix, you having a conversation with your girlfriend or boyfriend, right? You chilling, right? Your body's just burning this on its own. So for Shy Ray, it's actually 1,500 calories that your body's burning on its own. So then what you're gonna want to do is put yourself in the deficit, just subtract some calories from that. We're gonna just subtract 200, make it simple. That's gonna put young Shy Ray, right, at 1,300 calories as the goal. So then what we do is we take that calorie goal, we plug it into a macro ratio. My golden ratio for anybody who gives a fuck is 40, 30, 30. That's 40% protein, 30% carbs, 30% fats. There's a reason for that. If y'all want to know, I'll let you know. But basically, Shire, it's going to be 130 grams of protein every day, right? 90 grams of carbs, 45 grams of fat. You hit that every day with a gallon of water, Shire, you're going to lose all kinds of weight, right? Your weight is in the right places. That's what they always say. We're going to find out when you get in this motherfucking calorie deficit. You're going to find out if them right places is muscle or if that shit was fat, okay? All right, just make sure you lifting weights. Make sure you keep that protein high. That's going to secure the curves. If you're concerned about losing your curves, ladies, that's the key. Make sure you keep the protein high and make sure you out here, you know what I'm saying, hitting them weights, right? You hitting them squats, hitting them deadlifts. Sean Shred, what up? Guys, if this was helpful, right, you need a little bit more help with this, you can go download my free course as well. The link for that is in the chat for y'all on YouTube, and then my friends over there on TikTok, y'all got to go to the bio. The link's there. All right, who we got next, man? If you want to be next, let me know. Just type your age, height, weight, and goal in the chat. Is it bad to take creatine if you don't work out every day? No, it's not bad to take creatine. Creatine is not just for muscle, it's also for cognition too. You already have creatine in your bloodstream right now. All you be doing is increasing the levels. Everybody has creatine in their blood. So you just be taking more from an exogenous source, which should, give you accelerated thought processes and cognition and memory. And, you actually retain more muscle and you probably actually produce more energy. So it's good if you don't lift too. All right. Okay, here we go. The ladies is coming through today. It's ladies' night with these. Man, okay. So pretty toy is 268. All right. Pretty toy, you big as hell. We gotta help you too, right? If you a woman over 200 pounds, you big as hell. If you a man over 250, you big as hell. Okay? Right? Nobody's exempt from the rule. But we all aiming to be better versions of ourselves, man. And that's what we all here, right? Type 1 in the chat if you're getting some value from the live tonight. All right, so pretty toy. I just took your stats. I found your BMR, okay? Good news is your body burns a lot of calories by itself, right? Your BMR is 1850. For a woman, that's pretty fucking fast, okay? What you're gonna wanna do is subtract from that, right? I would say you could subtract anywhere from 200 to maybe even 300 calories from that. I'm gonna get aggressive and go 300 because again, you big as hell, right? You over 260. So your body has plenty of calories to live off of, right? You just have to tell it to do that with more hydration, right? You're gonna have to kick up your water to probably like a gallon, gallon and a half. I know you ain't doing that, girl. Go get you some water, right? put that Pepsi down, right? Go get you some water. And then we're gonna subtract 300 calories from your BMR 1850. That's gonna put you at 1550 for your fat loss calories. So then the macro ratio that we're gonna plug you into is 155 grams of protein every day is your goal. 100 grams of carbs every day, pretty toy, and then 55 grams of fat. You do that, right? You're gonna be a lean pretty toy. You're gonna lose a lot of fucking weight, right? You just gotta stay consistent with it. Guys, if you want your stats done next, just do what my man Really Bad Squad is doing and drop it in the chat. I see you, Really Bad Squad. 5'12". 5'12" is not a height. You 6 foot, man. Nobody says 5 foot 12 inches. It's 6 foot. That makes no sense. All right. 35 years of age. 224. Okay, so really bad squad. Are you a man or a woman? I think this has to be a man. Really bad squad. You a guy? Please answer me so I can finish your stats. Really bad squad. All right, you a guy. All right. So look, get pen and pad. Get your pen and pad out, man. So at 225, 6 foot, 35 years of age. I'm sorry, 35 years of age. Your BMR is 1800. Okay, so we just subtract from that, right? If we subtract like 200 calories from that, that puts you at 1600 calories, right? That's your fat loss calories right there. So then we plug that into a macro ratio, guys. 160 grams of protein, right? Every day. You do that with 120 grams of carbs and then 50 grams of fat. Really bad squad, you're gonna lose all kinds of fat, man. Just stay consistent. Make sure you're drinking at least that gallon to gallon and a half. Shy Ray says, I'm not worried about that smooth. I'm from the South. It runs in the family. Okay. Okay. She says she ain't worried about that junk in her trunk. She says it's all good. Uncle Charlie, how do you feel about carnivore diet? I think it's stupid as fuck. Why would you give up carbs when you don't have to lose fat? I'm teaching everybody right now how to lose fat without giving up carbs. Why the fuck would you do carnivore when you don't have to? The King, what's the best pre-workout snack meal for cutting? Context, I'm 139, 122 lean mass, age 22, 5'5", very close to 15%. But workouts are getting harder. TDEE 1818, cutting down to 1330. Man, you just eat like some fruit or something. You know, you talking about a pre-workout snack, something that digests fast, you know, like some fruit, some dried fruits, fruit juice. That's kind of like the best, honestly. Like for somebody who's about to go train, like right now. You know what I'm saying? Like you could do like a little slow digesting carb if you're like 90 to 2 minutes, not 90 minutes to 2 hours away from your workout. But if you're about to do a workout in like an hour, just, get a banana. You know what I'm saying? Pause. You know what I'm saying? Eat like an apple or some shit. Uh, Tip on night shifts diet. Stop using your fucking job as an excuse, right? Just because you work the night shift don't mean that you exempt from the same rules as everybody else. If you looking to lose fat, you got to be in the calorie deficit. If you're looking to build some muscle, you got to be in the calorie surplus, man. It's the same rules no matter what time of day you work, no matter what time of day you sleep. You still need 6 to 8 hours of sleep a night to rest, to recover, and you got to train your body and give it the right nutrients. Your job ain't got shit to do with that. All right, we got another one we got to save. Tula Country, Tula County 559 is 62, 5'1", weighs 530 pounds. Are you a man or woman, Tula Country? Because you big as hell either way. But I want to help you be great today. I feel compelled to save your life. So let me know if you're a man or a woman. All right, Tula County. All right, go get you a pen and pad, brother. I want to help you turn this around, man, because you already know 530, man. That's wild. We got to do something about that. We got to do better, brother. 5'1". All right. So look, I can tell you right now, one of the things that's going to help before I even finish your BMR, brother, you got to find a way to get up and move, right? And if you that heavy, I know moving is a problem right now. I've coached some guys your size. Heaviest guy I ever coached was 600. I think it was 630 pounds when we met, right? This guy from Philly named Jeremy. And I'm about to give you the protocol I gave him, right? It's real simple. So your BMR is 3,000 calories. It burns that by itself without you doing shit, right? So then what you got to do is you got to like create a deficit from that. I say easily like 500 calories off that to put you at 25, right? Now here's the thing. Your goal at 2,500 calories, it's going to be pretty tough to hit the amount of protein I'm about to give you. I'm about to give you 250 grams of protein, right? That's a lot of fucking protein, right? Probably have to do like 2 to 3 protein shakes, double scoop, with every single sitting of like I would say dead animals, 8 to 10 ounces every time you eat. But man, you got to start walking every day. Don't even go in the gym and start attempting to like lift weights. You too heavy for that right now, man. To be honest, most of the machines, most of the benches, I already know, man. You ain't got to even talk that shit in the comments. I already know because I coached a guy that was 600 pounds. Just focus on walking, right? Get your macros I just gave you: 250 grams of protein, 190 grams of carbs, 80 grams of fat, right? You do that every single day, and you're gonna have to drink like 2 gallons of water. And it might be really useful to do a 24-hour fast once a week. All right, guys, if this was helpful information, just go ahead and give me a thumbs up in the chat. 250 grams of protein, bro, going to be shitting bricks. Not if he at least get 30 grams of fiber. He's 500 pounds, man. He's got a lot of lean mass. Yeah, Ruben says, "How are you staying disciplined with the holidays coming up?" Easy, man. I don't use the fucking holidays as an excuse. The fuck you mean, man? The holidays is 3 days, right? The results that you have in your life is not about what you do sometimes, it's about what you do consistently, right? Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's is not gonna stop my grind. Stop going so high that those days are irrelevant because you are so consistent the other 90 days of the season, right? Yeah, man. All right, Pinkie Pie, what up? I see you coming through. Pinkie Pie, are you a man or a woman? And I can do your stats. 4'11", 37, 183 pounds. Pinkie Pie, you man or a woman? That could be either one. Pinkie Pie could be either one. All right, Brandon came through first, man. So we're gonna help Brandon out. All right, so Brandon, 41 years of age, uh, 6 foot, and Brandon is 258. Brandon, you also big as hell, right? Any man over 250 is big as hell. Any woman over 200 is big as hell. Those are the rules, okay? So we're gonna help you be great, man. Go get you a pen and pad, brother. Brandon. All right, so Brandon, your BMR is 2,100 calories. Your body's burning that on autopilot by himself, okay? So all you got to do is create like a deficit from that. I'm going to subtract 200 and put you at 1,900 as your calories, all right? And so at 1,900 calories, man, your macros are as follow: 190 grams of protein, 140 grams of carbs, 60 grams of fat. You do that every day, Brandon, come on, man. You're going to lose all kinds of fat. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Just stay consistent. Renee asked a good question. How is he doing these with little info? Pretty simple, Renee, right? I've been doing this for 10 years. I got a fucking system for it. But if you guys want to learn how to do it, it's 3 easy steps to find your macros. One, you have to find the BMR. All you need for BMR is the person's age, height, and weight. And you'll get a pretty good estimate from BMR calculator. You can find one on Google, right? I have one on calculator.net, and I just went to their BMR calculator, right? And then you take that number, and then you have to either add to it or subtract from it, okay? So I know you guys are thinking, all right, what do you do with the BMR? You either add calories to it to build muscle, or you subtract calories from it, right, to build a calorie deficit to lose fat, right? So once you get that number, then you just plug it into a macro ratio. Macro ratio is how many protein, carbs, and fats that you're gonna like basically distinguish for that calorie total. I have a formula that's just been working the last 10 years. It's the 40-30-30, right? That's pretty good for most people because you're gonna maintain muscle, you're gonna keep your metabolism elevated, and you're gonna just stay satiated in the deficit with more protein than anything else. The carbs and fats can go up or down depending on lifestyle or depending on your specific blood work. Like look at your lipids, look at your A1C levels, things like that. I ain't got all that data tonight, so I'm just doing the basics. All right. If that made sense and it helped you understand this shit a little bit better, just drop me a thumbs up in the chat and then I'll do the next person. 40% protein says West God. 40% protein. Yeah, man. 40% protein. Love what you are doing, brother. Thanks for all you do. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. K Smooth. Dressing is keeping that weight in the right places. Oh man, y'all over there still talking about Shorty that Shorty that say she got them curves from her family. That's what's up. All right. So my man's Boss Hog. I need age, height, and weight. Fans low BB is 16. I can't do your macros if you're 16. You gotta be over 21. Pinkie Pie. All right, Pinkie Pie is back. What up, Pinkie Pie? All right, so 37 years of age, is a female, a lady pie, right? A lady pie. You 4'11", you a real shorty, right? You for sure a shorty. And then you 183 pounds. All right. So we're gonna help you get this shit together. Your BMR is 1450, right? So what we would do to put you in a caloric deficit, just subtract 200 calories from that, simply put. So that will put you at 1250, right? So at 1250, Pinkie Pie, I'm just gonna plug you into a macro ratio real quick. 40-30-30. That's 125 grams of protein, 90 grams of carbs, 40 grams of fat. All right. You do that, you stay consistent. At least drink a gallon of water every day, right? You're gonna lose all kinds of fat. Do you use macro factor? Hell no. Why would I do that? I just told you how I find macros. This is how I do it for all my clients. I've been doing this shit for people. I don't know if you've ever been to my website, but it's a lot of transformations on that page. I've been doing this shit for 10 years with just macro calculator and macro ratio, right? I don't use macro factor, man. What the fuck I'm gonna do that for? To track calories. Oh, I use the Corey Armstrong fitness app. I got my own app. Nick the Heater. What are peptides? Peptides are the cousins of hormones. I am 27, 6'2", 225. All right, George Brown. I'm about to do your macros, Mr. Brown. So 27-year-old male, 6'2", 220, 225. All right, let's get it. So my man, what was it? George Brown. Your BMR is 2,050 calories. That's what your body burns on its own. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna drop you into a deficit real quick. All right. So simply put, we just take the 2050, subtract 200 calories from that, right? That puts you at 1850, right? 1850, we plug that into a macro ratio. Your macros are as follows, George Brown. 185 grams of protein a day. You do that with 140 grams of carbs, 60 grams of total fat. Come on, man. At least a gallon of water every day, George Brown. You're going to lose all kinds of fat, right? Just stay consistent, man. Stay consistent. He keeps skipping the comments. Anthony Steen, am I skipping the comments? My bad. Just type it again, man. I'll get to it. 240 grams of zesty. Pause. Uncle Moha. Is it better to eat more carbs and fats or more fats and carbs? Depends on the person. Look at Cali Champ, 32, 6'5", down 337 from 348, man, you big as hell. I work out every day, cut most sugar, breakfast, drink mostly water. Just bought my first creatine. Goal is 300 and then 220. Tips. Yeah, I'm gonna just do your macros, bro. Like your tips is get into a caloric deficit, right? All that other shit that you're doing is good, but it means nothing if you're not burning more calories than you consume. And how you gonna burn more calories than you consume if you're not tracking the consumption, right? That's like trying to save money, but you don't know how much is in your account. That's crazy, right? So you are 32, right? Let's do your stats real quick. 6'5". Well, you're tall at least. You got that going for you, brother. I can tell you right now, your BMR is about to be high. So you 337. All right, brother. So good news is your BMR is 2,600 calories, Cali, the champ. So at 2,600 calories, man, I mean, you over 300 pounds again, you big as hell. We got to make some changes, right? We got to get you down a healthy weight, like you said. I say you can be pretty aggressive, man. You could go 300 to 500 calorie deficit because you burn so many calories at rest. And being over 300 pounds, you got plenty of energy just sitting on you. It's just laying on your stomach. You just got to get your body to start burning it. So I would say I would put you 500 calorie deficit, man. I get aggressive. If I was teaching you this stuff, and basically like 2,100, right? 2,100 calories would be the goal that I would set for you. 210 grams of protein, 160 grams of carbs every day, Cali the champ, with 70 grams of fat. You're gonna have to at least get a gallon and a half of water. But you do that, Cali the champ, my brother, by Thanksgiving, my prediction for you, you at least gonna be 15 pounds down, if not more. Right? Just come shout your boy out once you do, all right? Uh okay, we got some more. Have you ever coached skinny guys and helped them bulk? Yes, several. Um Kita female. I'm 28, 5'2", 245. All right, let's get it popping. You are big as hell, right? Any woman over 200 pounds, big as hell. Any man over 250, big as hell, right? So we gotta help my friends out. I gotta help y'all be great, man. Get your life together. All right, 5'2". Go get a pen and pad, Kita. Yeah, Kita. This shit got a lot of A's in it. Kita. All right, so Kita, 1,800 calories is your BMR. That's what your body's burning on its own. That's the good news, right? So sitting there comfortably, I would put you in a deficit. Just subtract like 200 calories from that, right? That'll put you at 16, right, Kita? And 1,600 calories, we would basically from that throw you in the macro ratio. 160 grams of protein, Kita. We do that with 120 grams of carbs, 55 grams of fat every day, right? Just make sure you keep the water on deck, at least a gallon. My prediction for you, you follow these macros, you get your hydration in, at least 10 pounds, right, by this time next month, right? Again, that's coming from a guy that's been doing this a decade. I'm an old soul in the game, all right? I see you, Boss Hog, but I'm a hook up Renee real quick, man. Renee came through with the good question earlier, and she's coming through because she want these macros real quick. What up, Renee? What's happening? How you doing, girl? All right, 5'5", right? 25, 185. It's a lot of motherfucking fives in here. All right, ain't that a coincidence, right? So at 185.55, good news for you. Your BMR is 1,600 calories, right? So Renee, your body's burning a ton of calories on its own. All we would have to do is we would put you at you know 1,400 because that's 200 calories under your BMR, right? And once we get you at 1,400 calories, we plug you in a, like I said before, the macro ratio to 40, 30, 30. And then that would take you to 140 grams of protein every day, 100 grams of carbs, and then 50 grams of total fat, right? You do that every single day, at least a gallon of water. My prediction for you at least 6 to 10 pounds by this time next month, right? Just stay consistent. Make sure you start this immediately. All right, guys, if this has been helpful, right, and you get some value, you want to learn how to do this on your own too, just go grab my free fat loss course. How to finna your cal intake. Chief Sosa Beerus. That's a good name, Beerus. So I find people's calorie intake. I'm gonna break this down real quick. I get their numbers, their age, their height, and their weight, right? And then based off that, I find their BMR. Once we get the BMR, because that's the basal metabolic rate, that's how many calories their body burns at rest. We either add to it or subtract from it. If you add to it, you building muscle or you gaining weight, right? You subtract from it, you're losing weight or losing fat, right? And our goal is to lose fat. So we plug it into is a macro ratio where we shoot the protein up 40%, right? So that they maintain as much muscle as possible. And that's pretty much it. My band spell check. It's all good, man. It's all good. Renee says, thank you very much. No problem. Corey, Rock 55 need help now. Rock 55, where you at? Rock 55 big as hell. Shy Ray, does the course include a gym routine? There's a few different parts of the course. So you have the educational part that's more so like talking about what to do. You have the gym portion, which is the ab section. I have the simple six-pack system in there too. So there's ab workouts in there. You have the 50 and 5 month formula, which has frameworks of what type of workouts you should be doing. And then there's the fasting guide in there too, which teaches you how to do intermittent fasting properly. So there's a lot of shit in there. You got some stuff in there. You can pretty much put together your own workout. Boss Hog, what up, man? Boss Hog is diligent. Boss Hog is big as hell too. 307. Damn, man. All right, let's help this brother out. Come on, Boss Hog, man. Go get you a pen and pad immediately, man. We got to help you out, brother. My man, appreciate the gift, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. All right. So 5'7", my man, Boss Hog is 5'7", 307, 44 years of age. So here's the thing. Your BMR is high. It's 2250. So that's the good news. We could subtract from that, get a little aggressive since you're over 300. I would put you at really 1900 calories, right? Aggressive deficit. That's like 350 calorie deficit, right? And so judging based off that, that will put you at 190 grams of protein a day, 140 grams of carbs, 60 grams of total fat. Boss Hog, you're going to have to at least get 1.5 gallons of water in because you're over 300 pounds. But man, you do this shit every day, hit the gym, hit the weights, come on, man, you're going to lose all kinds of fat. Guys, if you're enjoying this, right, if you're getting some value from it, just hit the like button on the live so the algorithm can send this shit to more people so we can help some more people out. Flash Jones trains. Yo, man, mic check. Oh, man, I lost the comment. Let me scroll back. Anyone seeing these comments? I'm sure I've left damn near 20 posts. I see it. Hey, I got the motherfucking hat and the mustache on this one. Big Mass Gaming 37450. Oh yeah, Big Mass Gaming, you big as hell. Just lost 150. I had bariatric. Oh man, okay. So let me help you out, brother. Since you had bariatric, these numbers might be a little bit skewed for you because your BMR is really high since you're still big as hell, right? But you're not gonna be able to eat that much, right? Because when you have the sleeve, if you guys have, know anybody who's had gastric, it basically cuts your stomach, right? And you literally can't overeat, right? You can't overeat. So I'm gonna give you some stats, but I'm sure you've probably been eating way less than this if you had the bariatric, right? So 37 years of age, 6'4", 450. All right. So your BMR is 3,000 calories, but I know you ain't been eating that if you lost 150 pounds since March, right? So you are already in a massive deficit. Really, really, just as long as you somewhere around, like, I think if you're looking to maintain muscle, that's the key here. I would say at least get your calories around 2,000, right? Because 2,000 will probably be relative to at least, if you at 450 and you 6'4", at least 200 to 250 pounds of you is a lean muscle mass, right? I don't need to see your body composition to tell you that much, at least, right? At that size. So from that perspective, right, I think 2,000 calories would be a good safe bet, right? Because if I put you any higher than that, because you got so much of a small ass stomach because of the bariatric, you're not gonna be able to eat all the protein, right? They probably already got you drinking tons of protein shakes and shit. All right. So 2,000 calories, right? We're gonna put you at least 200 grams of protein, right? And that's simply this: shake solid method. Write this down if you have trouble hitting your protein, guys. So you have one shake in the morning, that's 50 grams of protein, right? That's 2 scoops in one serving, right? Then you have another, sitting of protein. It's like 6 to 8 ounces. Since you got a small ass stomach since the bariatric, right? You're probably not gonna be able to handle 6 ounces. That's cool, right? A few hours later, you have your second shake. That's 50 grams, right? Double serving. And then you have another 6 ounce serving of a dead animal, right? And that should be it. That should get you to your 200 grams of protein, no problem, right? So I mean, the rest of this you probably not gonna hit with that small ass stomach, but I'm gonna give you these macros anyway. So you got 200 grams of protein, 150 grams of carbs, 70 grams of fat. Just focus on the protein at first. If you get good at hitting the protein, the next macro you want to focus on is hitting the fats. Guys, if this has been helpful, right? You enjoying the live and you want more help, just go grab my free fat loss course where I break down what I just did. Corey, I watched since you was POG with Chris Jones. I ain't never been POG with Chris Jones, man. I'm a fan, right, of POG with Chris Jones. Like, I've been a fan since he was POG, but I ain't never been on his channel. but I appreciate the support either way. Flash Jones trains, what's up, man? 30 years, man. 5'8", currently 228 from 250. Want to get to 180. All right, Flash Jones, let's get it. Flash Jones. I don't know why I just thought of Flash Gordon when I read that. All right. So you are 5'8", and my man is 228 pounds. All right. So here's the good news, Flash Jones. Your BMR is 2,000. So your body's burning a ton of calories already, right? To put you in a nice little deficit, we would just put you 200 calories less than that, right? 200 calories less than that would land you comfortably at 1,800. So 1,800 calories, right? We're going to plug you into a macro ratio real quick. Let's do this. Let's do this. And the macro ratio lands you at 180 grams of protein, 135 grams of carbs, 60 grams of total fat. You do that, Flash Jones trains, you're gonna have to at least get a gallon of water in a day. But you do it, man, you're gonna lose all kinds of fats. And guys, if this has been helpful, y'all know what to do. Just go ahead and drop a thumbs up in the chat. Starting my 72-hour fast tomorrow. Okay. Hey, drop a thumbs up in the chat, man. You know what I'm saying? If y'all be fasting too. Shy Ray, that thing in the way. Okay. Stomach stopping him from hitting it right. Whoa. What is the comment section talking about over here? Y'all over here wilding. Okay. All right. Tia Marie gave me a thumbs up. He be all right. I told him today. All right. Yeah, y'all over here wilding in the comment section. At Flash Joe says thanks, no problem. At 240, what if I drink half a gallon a day instead of 1 gallon? Will that work? Why would you drink half a gallon? That's not going to be enough to hydrate you, bro. You a big person. Why would you do that? King Corey, thank you for real. No problem, Celestine. I'm glad I can help. Yeah, for sure. Uh, you see Supreme 39 294. You big as hell. 5'11" in the gym routinely, but should I focus on body composition or weight? At 2,400 calories. 2,400 calories sounds like a lot. Why are you doing that? Much calories. Supreme, you big as hell, right? So 294. I'm gonna do your macros real quick. Uh, 5'11", and you are. Hold up, Supreme. Yeah, you okay. So your BMR Supreme is 2250, right? So your body's only burning 2,250 calories on its own. You're eating 2,400 calories. Why are you eating more than your body's burning on its own? You're making your job of fat loss way harder. I know why you're doing it. You're listening to these fitness apps that give you these high ass calorie numbers, or these fitness dorks that ain't never trained nobody, don't know what the fuck they doing. They just telling you what work for them, right? Stop doing that and do this instead. You're gonna take your BMR, which is 2250. We're gonna subtract some calories from that, right? I'm gonna just subtract 200, make it easy. That's gonna put you at 2,050 calories a day, right? That's your fat loss calories number. So then you do that, right? Supreme. You put that in the macro ratio, 205 grams of protein a day, 150 grams of carbs, 70 grams of total fat. You see Supreme, you do that every day, man, you're going to lose all kinds of fat, right? Just drink at least a gallon to a gallon and a half. All right. Damn, bro. Is that really you on that PP? The PP? What the fuck is y'all talking about over there? Power night. I eat steak for breakfast and 6 eggs. I'm 6'1". Is this good? I don't know, man. Are you losing weight, gaining muscle? What's your goal, and how close are you to it? Right? That's how you judge that, right? I don't know what the rest of your day looks like either. Or just fast. You don't need to eat every day. You don't need to eat every day. That's facts. Would you recommend water only fasting? If so, how long? Depends on the person. Depends on how far you are from your goal, like how fat you are, how lean you are. All that plays a factor. But you don't need to eat every day. Our bodies are designed to run off two type of fuel sources. One is glucose. The other one is what? Fat. That's why we got fat, right? We got fat so that your body has an alternative fuel source to run the organs, the cells, the muscles through. So if you run out of food, you're not gonna die instantly. You're gonna run off fat for a while. So like our bodies literally are designed to use fat as energy. Some of y'all motherfuckers just be eating too much, right? So yeah, you can fast every week if you want. I do a 24-hour fast every single week. I do a 72-hour fast once a month. Okay. Toto says 30 years, 5'2", 330. Lead me to the promised land. All right, Toto, are you a male or a female? 330, man. You got some work to do, man. You big as hell. Uh, okay, you a male. You a man. All right, Toto, let's do it. Let's do it, Toto. Toto, that autocorrect is hating on you. All right, 5'2". Guys, if you enjoying this segment, just go ahead, like the live, tap that like button on the live. All right, Toto, you 330, you big as hell, right? So here's the good news. Your BMR is pretty high. 2350, that's what your body's burning on its own, okay? So being that you're over 300 pounds, Toto, we get a little aggressive on this deficit. I'll put you comfortably at like 2,000, right? That's 350 calorie deficit under your BMR. So 2,000 for you, place that in the BMR, right? 2,000 calories at 200 grams of protein, 70 grams of fat, 150 grams of carbs. Toto, my man, just make sure you at least drink a gallon and a half of water a day. Corey, messy as fuck. I seen that. What you talking about, man? I ain't do nothing. And guys, if this is helpful and you need like more exclusive help with this particular segment of life, just go grab my free fat loss course. It goes more in depth. Uh, Rocky 55 says, I'm back. Greetings. Greetings. Welcome back, Chief. Welcome to the live. Okay. Okay. Hey, I just got some followers on TikTok. Just want to say thank you guys for the support. Steph Bell says, hello. Greetings. Hello, Steph Bell. JR, how to gain weight in a healthy way, build muscle and tone up faster. You got to be in a calorie surplus. You got to do the opposite of what I'm teaching all the fat loss people, right? So you find your BMR, right? You get your age, height, and weight. You plug it into a BMR calculator like I'm doing. And then you just add calories to it, right? You add the calories to it. That's going to be your muscle gain number, right? And then once you get there, you just plug it into a macro ratio. For muscle growth, I recommend 50% carb, 30% protein, 20% fats, right? I recommend that because you're going to want to fuel your workouts with more glucose. That's the most readily available anabolic, useful energy source for your workouts, right? So you're looking to build muscle, you're going to need a little bit more carbs. Then next to that, you're going to need more protein. And then following that, you're going to need the dietary fats for hormone production, right? So if you're looking to build muscle, that's your approach. If that was helpful, just drop me a thumbs up in the chat. How long should I fast if it's my first time doing it? It's not your first time doing it. You fast every day, bro. How many calories you be eating while you sleep? None. Right? You fucking fasting, right? All you got to do is like one, stop overthinking it, right? Just stop overthinking it and just pick a time to start, right? So if you say, let's say you normally eat breakfast in the morning at 8 a.m. Just don't eat until 11, right? You fast in 3 extra hours, right? And so depending on the time you went to bed the night before or the time that you stopped eating the day before, you just count backwards and then that's your first fast, right? Do you need to track calories? Yeah, motherfucker, like is water wet? Yeah. That's all we talking about, man. It's tracking calories. If you ain't tracking, you slacking, right? Not tracking calories and trying to hit a fitness goal is like driving somewhere you ain't never been with your motherfucking eyes closed, right? What's the likelihood you're gonna get to somewhere you ain't never been with your eyes closed? Right? I mean, you might get there or you might crash, and some of y'all crashing right now. So I'm helping you. I don't know fasting. I don't know fasting about every week. I'll probably pass out and pass away. Shy Ray, you fast every day. All of us do. You overthinking it. I'm 220, 5'11", muscular workout. I cannot eat less than 22, 23, even hitting 200 grams. Any tips? Yeah, you eating too many carbs and fats, bro. Like that's you don't just track your calories and your protein. You track your calories, your protein, your carbs, and your fats. So track all three and control that shit, right? And you say you cannot. That's not true, man. Like you just because you believe something doesn't make it true. But if you believe something, then it will make it true for you. How can I track calories? My man Jay Ocean gave a great response. MyFitnessPal. That's how I started. Right before I invented my own program, my own tracking app, and I was out here helping people do it. I just used MyFitnessPal for free, man. All y'all can do that today. Y'all can download that shit tonight. All right, guys, I'm gonna do a few more and then I'm gonna head out. If you want me to do your macros before I leave, just drop your age, height, weight, and your goal in the chat. We're gonna get it popping. All right, we're gonna get it popping. What up? What up? What up? Or is that everybody? Said you have your own tracking app? Yes. Bridget, I have my own app. It's for clients only though. It's an exclusive club. Um, Chef Dave. Chef, what up? What up? What up? What up? All right, let's get it. Chef Dave, 45 years of age, 320. Wait, this is not correct. I need your age, height, weight, and goal. I'm missing your height. We're gonna do Kirby. Kirby is 27. What up, Kirby? I like your video game on Nintendo. All right. Um, Kirby is 5'11", and Kirby is 193. All right. So Kirby, your body burns 1850 on its own. That's your BMR. If we subtract 200 calories from that to put you in a deficit, put you at 1650, Kirby. All right. So then 1650, plug that in the macro ratio, 165 grams of protein, 120 grams of carbs, 55 grams of total fat. You do that every day, Kirby, you're going to lose all kinds of fat. Guys, if you enjoyed the live today and you would like me to go live again this week, just drop the word live in the chat, man. Drop the word live in the chat. We'll make it happen. And also, if you want more help, right, reaching your fitness goals, go ahead and grab a copy of my free fat loss system. And and it should help you out. You know what I'm saying? There's a bunch of stuff in there from A to B. How I lost 50 pounds in 5 months. How I've been helping thousands of people do it over the past 10 years. And how you can do it too, right? You guys have been great. I appreciate your support. Till next time. Peace. Do 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 do.